Oh my gosh, I forgot to I have this new mic and this new Focusrite thing. What's up, Mary Sue? And with this new mic, I have to turn on my Focusrite mic every time, and I'm not used to doing it, so that's why I get all messed up. So that's my bad. So let's start from the beginning. I've done that like this whole week with every live that I've done. I forgot to turn my mic on because I got this new mic. So what is up, Super Fam? I am Sensei Finito. Welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today it is Super Fam Friday, and I hope everybody's having a vibrational day today. We have a few new features in the chat for all you returning members like you, Mary Sue. By just being in the chat, you will be able to get your chat bucks up, your Marvel bucks in the chat, and then we'll be using those coins or whatever you want to call it, the Marvel bucks, to do giveaways in the future and stuff like that. So just being in the chat earns your money. You know what? Let's drop Mary Sue an extra, some extra Marvel bucks just for helping us out right here. Let's see. I think we might even interpret it to where you might be able to even get some maybe get some merch or something like that if you have the right amount of them. Let's see. Where is it at? Loyalty. All right. Yeah, Mary Sue, you already have 5 right now. So no, I don't want to add it to all viewers. I just want to give some to Mary Sue. How do I do that? How do I give Mary Sue some coins for being awesome? Let's see. Here's Mary Sue. Can we edit it? There we go. Okay, so you have 5 points right now, so I'll give you another 15 uh because you're awesome. So you should have a total of 20. 20 now. Go ahead and put, if you type in exclamation point wallet in the chat, Mary Sue, you should be able to see all the lovely Marvel books that you have available to you. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about why the X-Men won't be in the MCU until Phase 7 and how the Fantastic Four will be introduced in the MCU. And then we'll also be talking about some rumors regarding BATFLECK. So BATFLECK and a lot of other things about the DCU. A lot of stuff has been going on in this week and today and everything, just as far as the nerddom goes. And I'm pretty excited about it, yo. I can't wait to see all of the stuff that is going to, happen and what we might see in the future pertaining to all of this MCU stuff, baby. So let's start with X-Men in Phase 7. So I don't know if anybody saw this, but reports did come out this week regarding the X-Men and why we haven't seen them in any of the slate recently when we had San Diego Comic-Con, right? So during San Diego Comic-Con, what first and foremost, they didn't show all of the things that we're gonna get for phase 5 and 6. I'm not sure why, but they did not do that, right? So not only do we know that the X-Men were nowhere in there, but there was a few other projects missing. And that's why, because we have D23 this not this week, but we also have D23 this year, and we have an abundance of other things, D23 and Disney Plus Day. And on both of those events, I am pretty sure that Marvel is going to give us a whole slew of things that we're not used to, right? A whole slew of new movies and show, maybe not movies, but just probably a lot of different shows that we don't know about, and we might even get like 2 or 3 movies that weren't announced at San Diego Comic-Con. But the reason why we didn't see the X-Men there is due to the thing that we as nerds and stuff and people of consumer rights don't talk about or look at too much, but contracts, man. It's because of the contracts, right? So with Fox, they had their when Fox was doing their X-Men universe stuff and all of the things that were going on there, and they were signing contracts with these different people and all these different for these characters. In those contracts, they stipulated that they basically had not they had like not retcon, like recast protection. You know what I mean? Uh, all the all of the actors, basically, not all of them, but the main ones that we care about, like the main X-Men that we saw in like not Days of Future, yeah, well, Days of Future Fast Past and Dark Phoenix. Okay, so both of those set, like all of those actors, all of the contracts that they had, it protected them from being recasted until 2025, I believe, from the when that movie came out. And this isn't something that's like weird or new to us. You know, we've seen this happen with with Daredevil and Luke Cage and all of those shows on Netflix. It was the same thing. There was contracts that were in place that stopped Marvel or Disney's Marvel from being able to use them. Like that's why it took us so long to get Charlie Cox in the MCU, and everybody was so sad. Like, man, if we ever get Daredevil back, it has to be Charlie Cox and all of these things, right? And that's exactly what we see happening now with the She-Hulk trailer that we got. And even we know that he's supposed to be an Echo and go on to have his own series that's going to be 18 episodes, yo. 18 episodes of Daredevil, right? And all of this is because of those contracts that we were talking about. And, characters not being able to be used for X amount of period of time after they are used by another studio. So it's not surprising that Fox had something like this in place for the X-Men. And it's not surprising that, I don't know if you guys remember, but at the last Comic-Con that we had, like in 2019, I believe that's the last one. That's the last time a Comic-Con was. There was so much talked about then, including the mutants. Okay. And everybody was like, why is it the mutants and not X-Men? Right. This is why. This is why. So, this is the reason why we're going into this place we're at right now, where the X-Men aren't going to be able to be in the MCU, and it's only because of the contracts. It's not because of anything else other than the contracts for actors and producers, because the producers of those X-Men movies had a very similar stipulation in their contract to where they get like producer rights and credits and royalties for all X-Men movies and creations until like 2025. So basically, when Disney bought Fox, all of their deals that Fox created also went over into Disney. It's not like, oh, we got to re-sign every new contract and all of this stuff. No, we keep it the same, and we just let everything run its course. That's why New Mutants still got to come out. That's why Dark Phoenix, still was out, and all of these different things, because even though Marvel and the MCU didn't want them, they still came out. And that's why a lot of stuff got canceled, because it was still in production. Because we were supposed to get so many adult like TVMA movies, and I mean not movies, but shows on Hulu. I don't know if you guys remember that, but we were supposed to have like a whole bunch of crazy things coming to Hulu in these last couple of years, but we didn't get that because Disney took over. So when Disney took over, all the X-Men contracts went over to Disney too. Here we are now. We can't have any X-Men until phase 7 because of all of the contracts and all of the things that are stipulated within those contracts. So, with all that being said, I don't think it's a bad thing, first and foremost, right? I don't think it's a bad thing that we're not getting any X-Men until phase 7, because to be honest, where would they even fit in this multiversal saga right now? I don't know where they would fit. And the reason why they were able to get away with like Patrick Stewart coming back is because it's still Patrick Stewart. It's not a new actor. They're not recasting them. It's the same actor. So, like, when we get Secret Wars, we might see the entire cast of X-Men come back, like all of them. Like that, we might see X-Men, we might see just like, I'm sorry, of course the X-Men, but I mean like the Days of Future Past X-Men, and we'll get our original X-Men possibly in that Secret Wars movie, have both types of everyone there. Because all of their contracts are still kind of still stipulated, and it's Marvel. So Disney Marvel at that. So who's not going to try to get that that check for that $1 billion movie that we're gonna get, right? Like, because that's definitely gonna be a $1 billion movie. So when it comes to X-Men in Phase 7, I am all the way here for it, and I think that is going to be incredible for many reasons, right? For many reasons. X-Men, I feel like the next phase that we, or the next saga that we get after the multiverse saga, could have something to do with one of those X-Men storylines, or just have a lot to do with introducing the X-Men in different ways. I know in our stage party in the Discord when we were talking, me and I can't I was talking in the Discord with Andre, I believe. And me and him were talking about how, it's not, it's okay, man. It's all right that we're not getting all of these things right now, because we want them done right. We want the X-Men done right. We don't want it to be rushed. We need it right now. We don't need it right now. We just need it to be good. That's really the trade-off, if you feel with what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. So let me know how you guys feel about X-Men not being able to be in the MCU until Phase 7. And to, like I'm saying, man, it just doesn't seem like it's a bad thing at all. Like, why would it be a bad thing, right? We've waited this long. Why not be able to wait a little bit longer? Just a little bit longer. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. So I'm here for it. My man Pina Colada, what's up with it? My man said, "Hey, what's up with it, Pina Colada? I hope you're having a good one today. Um, how are you doing? And how do you feel about not getting the X-Men until Phase 7? Is that an issue for you, or are you okay with that?" And I want to know. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know how everyone's feeling. We have a lot of things to talk about, yo, because there's a lot of crazy things that's been going on in the world of Marvel and Disney. I'm just looking for the post that I got this from, or at least the article about this, so we can talk about it. And there's a plot leak for the Marvels as well that just came out. Freaking crazy. We're probably not going to go over that too much today. We might, if we have a little bit more time afterwards. But personally, I'm not too against it, yo. Damn, I can't find it now. That's crazy. Here we go. I found it. All right, let's see. What's up with the chat? What's up with it? Okay, I see my people's in here now. Demonic said, "Yo!" Demonic says, "Hell yeah, I'm mad." Should have been here since Phase 2. That's impossible. It was owned by X-Men. X-Men wasn't even a Disney property at that time. You know what I mean? Um, Pina Colada says, "Are they officially not coming till then?" Yeah, Pina Colada. So let's check out this article. All right, here we go. Okay, there's the article. Let's come back over here. Okay, so this is from the Illuminati. Okay, so after learning, okay, let's just read this entire thing and then we'll talk about it. All right. As discussed extensively on another post, okay, no X-Men or mutants in the MCU until after 2025, because contracts created by 20th Century Fox prior to the acquisition by Disney account for the delay in rebooting the X-Men within the MCU. And this is kind of what I was saying that happened with Netflix as well when it came to the Daredevil series basically the Defenders from Netflix in all. This was the same type of contract that stopped them from coming into the MCU right away. The initial rumor suggested it was contracts with the actors who played certain principal characters, possibly those who had re-up for the fourth movie, Dark Phoenix, with the new cast. But the Illuminati is now claiming, so this is where the new one that I was saying comes in. After learning this, we did some more digging and discovered the actors are not the only ones that have a standing contract tying them to the X-Men. According to our sources, Marvel is holding off on the X-Men because the producers of Fox's X-Men films are still attached via contract. So that means those producers that are still attached to the X-Men would get the buku bucks that come with that movie. And no way Marvel is having that. No way Disney is paying anyone that doesn't, that's not directly connected to Disney. Um, so Disney likely wants to only recast many of these iconic roles, but they also want a clean break from the producers who helped shape X-Men's the Fox X-Men story. It seems Disney's main concern is not the return of past actors, as evidenced by Patrick Stewart reprising his role in Doctor Strange. Instead, the primary reason for waiting is presumably to get a clean break from the producers like Simon Kinberg and Bryan Singer, who have no connection to the MCU at all. If Marvel Studios were to include an X-Men movie in the MCU lineup before 2025, they would be included on the project as producers, which at minimum would mean credit and compensation, but it could also mean that they have some degree of creative control as well. It makes sense financially that Marvel would want to wait for the X-Men, not only so that they don't have to pay out the past producers that wouldn't be connected to the franchise long term, but if they were to recast down the road, the new actors could use the original actors' contracts to negotiate. You see. So it's definitely, whoa, don't know what just happened. It's definitely a little spicy in the kitchen over here when it comes to this, right? Uh, and then Kevin Feige already implied it would be around 2025 before we got the X-Men. And this was in 2019 when he first dropped the mutants as a little teaser for us, right? He said it'll be a while. It's all about it's all just beginning, and the 5-year plan that we were working on before any of that was set. So really it's much more for us, less about specifics of when where the X-Men will appear, and right now just more comfort factor about them being home. Okay? So boom, there's that, right? We have it from Feige's mouth himself, right? That and this was in 2019 when we first got these announcements about the mutants and everything, and right off of the Fox merger. I think a lot of people just assumed, oh snap, Marvel has the X-Men rights back. We're gonna see them in the next movie immediately. And it's like, man, they're doing so much more over there that they're trying to make a cohesive universe. And it's like, we can't really do that if we just kind of put them in the first thing that they can get put into. So yeah, that's that. Mary Sue says, I can't begin to imagine how they're gonna fold in the X-Men. They empathetically don't fit in the universe at this point. I kind of understand, but I think they do fit into the universe pretty well. As even especially if they do the whole like secret thing, like we're literally in secret, the way that it kind of happens in the other X-Men stuff, like even in X-Men 97, the 97, but the original X-Men cartoon, right? When they save is her name Jubilee? When they save Jubilee, right? In that cartoon, Professor X literally says, "Man, I didn't want the X-Men to get revealed like this." But oh well, let's do it. So that's kind of implying that they've been in secret in that universe the whole time. And this is always what I'm gonna say, and I know it's gonna get really old, but having Ant-Man have like Hank Pym at Ant-Man be working for Shield in secret, and Shield having access to a whole bunch of superhuman people, not just Ant-Man, right? that in itself lets us know that it is very possible to stay under the radar and have these superhuman ability people still exist. So I also think that Secret Wars is going to have a really big thing to do with how the X-Men come into the MCU, or at least how they stay, right? So yeah, I'm really excited for that. My man Demonic says, "Did you see the connection with Madam Web and Spider-Man 2?" Yes, I did, and we can actually talk about that next. Let me just see if anybody has any other questions about X-Men first, and then we'll double back to this, and we'll even look at the set photos that are, the reason why this rumor has come out and everything. My man said, "No." I know, Pina Colada. Is so sad that we're not going to get it until 2025. 2026 even, possibly, because 2025 is when phase 5 or phase 6 starts, and I don't think we're going to see them at all in phase 6. So I'm pretty sure phase 7 is when we're going to see the mutants, and I wouldn't even be mad at getting a mutants movie, some type of mutant movie in there. And it kind of feels like, I think we even talked about this in the stage party in Discord yesterday, that maybe they could even take a character that isn't as big and as known and give them their own one-off movie, and then circle back to the X-Men later on, like they did with Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, for instance. That's exactly what happened with her, right? I mean, she's not a mutant in the comic books, but she was supposed to be a mutant, but because of all the Fox BS that was going on back then, we didn't get a lot of mutant stuff in comic books or anything. So they made her an Inhuman because Marvel still had the rights to that property. They didn't have the rights to the X-Men, and they didn't want to boost up X-Men sales by having their comic books come out, which is stupid, but it's understandable. Business is business at the end of the day. But if we get like a Gambit solo movie, what? I think that could be peak, bro. I think that could be peak. And then have that just be his movie. Don't even talk about X-Men. We don't even need nothing about the X-Men, really. Have him doing his own thing. Maybe have some other people from the Avengers or something like that jump in there too. And then, boom, we circle back around and get the X-Men in the MCU. And now Gambit is part of the X-Men. And then we have this person over here as well and all this other stuff, I wouldn't mind that. My man says, "I want my boy Cyclops," bro. I feel you. I feel you for sure. Demonic says, "I'm about to go shower, but I'll definitely come back." Oh yeah, man. If you watching me in the shower, I'm a little I'm flattered, if to say the least. Can't they have the X-Men but not a X-Men movie? No. So any of the it doesn't have to be an X-Men movie. It just has to be any of those X-Men, period, in any form. Those contracts would still stipulate to the other characters, because the actors don't have like X-Men contracts. You know what I mean? They have contracts to be Professor X, Magneto, Mystique, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth and so on and so forth. Those are the ones that have, like, that's the contractual obligation right there. But that's it. Yeah. So even if we did get that, like, they could make an X-Men movie. I think they could make an X-Men movie with none of the regular X-Men that we know in it, but who wants that? I don't. Demonic says, "Set up Wolverine first, then don't have to bring the X-Men all at once. Just Wolverine as a setup, like they did with the original X-Men." I think all of the X-Men movies, right? Or you mean the comic books? Maybe you're talking about the comic books. Yeah, I agree with that though. I would love to have Wolverine, but I mean, he falls in that X-Men contract as well. So it really sucks that we're gonna have to wait till like phase 7 to even possibly get that Hulk versus Wolverine that we've all been kind of waiting for like ever. I don't even know if we're ever going to even get to see that now. That's kind of how it's starting to feel, is I don't even know if we're ever going to get to that point, and it really is really sad. Is Hugh Jackman going to be Wolverine? Highly doubt it. I think the only time Hugh Jackman would come back as Wolverine would be for Secret Wars, where I think we're gonna get every single iteration of almost every team that we've got ever come back, or at least some of the characters, like not if not every character from every team, at least some of them. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we get all of the things back for that. And to be honest, man, speaking of Secret Wars, I kind of really feel like Madam Web is gonna kind of link to that as well in the whole multiverse saga in general, just to be completely honest. But we're gonna jump into Madam Web in a second. Demonic says maybe it could be like Inhumans, all of a sudden mutants are starting to pop up. I believe that Inhumans and mutants will have a very large connection in the MCU, like a very large connection when it comes to MCU. I think they might almost be one and the same, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea how they're going to do that, but I really do think that the mutants and the Inhumans for MCU 616, I think it's definitely going to be all together, like in some type of way. Like because of an event, the mutant gene starts manifesting. Yes. And I mean, we all like me and every other MCU, me battery and every other MCU YouTuber that's out there. Everybody was like, yo, okay, all that gamma radiation that happened from Infinity War to Endgame, that had to do something in the universe. There's no way that it just stayed on Earth and there's no bigger ramifications for that. And I'm kind of thinking that possibly all that gamma radiation that was released from it, the snaps, because there was like what, four or five, right? Because Thanos snapped to do Thanos did the first snap. He then snapped again to destroy the Infinity Stones. Hulk snapped to bring everyone back, and then Tony snapped to take out Thanos. Four different snaps, four different gamma radiation explosions throughout the universe. To me, there's no way that doesn't directly connect into the mutants. It would be, I don't know what else that could connect into. It's one of those type of things, and I know that sounds crazy, but it's one of those type of things. You know what? Quick side note question that I'm really gonna have to find out and do some research about. Did anyone get snapped from the quantum realm or like any of these other dimensions? I mean, because I know in our MCU explained video about multiverses and universes, realms, and dimensions, we talked about how the quantum realm and like all of these other realms are like in pocket and like if this is a dimension and this is a dimension, the quantum realm exists in the mid, like in between those dimensions type of thing. And I don't know how that would work. Like, are they technically in the universe or are they outside of the universe, like TVA type of vibes, Like Quantum Realm and the TVA and where He Who Remains are, like all of those places are outside of the actual continuity of the universe in a way. So I'm really interested about that. One Life J, welcome to the chat. How you doing? It's sad how long we have to wait, but the MCU has so many good characters coming. I think it could be all right. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. And I do agree it is kind of sad that we've had to wait, but I mean, we've waited this long, So of course we can wait a little bit longer. And with all of these different characters and just everything that we're about to get with phase 5 and 6, it's going to be insane, man. Like we're not even through phase 4 yet, and we don't even know all the stuff that we're getting from phase 4. Like all that hasn't even been announced yet. So it's like we still have 2 other phases that aren't full with the entire slate. And it's just going to be very interesting to see when that happens. Yeah. Yeah, but I agree. It is very sad that we don't have it, yo. My man Pina Colada says, at least it ain't phase X, like how that guy asked Feige. I know, right? Phase 10 would be crazy, bro. Phase 10 would be crazy. I love Gambit from Wolverine's X-Men Origins Wolverine. Yeah, that movie is almost a travesty, but not a complete one. You know what I'm saying? Almost a travesty, but not complete. Yo, Demonic, do you see the new badges now? It's not the same as the emojis anymore. It's all saucy now. You see next to your name, you got that yellow MB instead. Saucy. How long have you been a member now? Does it tell me? Oh, it doesn't tell me. All right, that's okay. Pina Colada says Hulk probably gonna be dead by the time he's introduced, but maybe She-Hulk. Okay, so this is my whole thing with this, right? This is my whole thing with this, right? The way I feel about Hulk and his storyline and how it's not being adapted the way that we all want it is the same way I feel about. Whoa, I just lost my whole train of thought. Oh, the way that Hulk storyline and it not being adapted correctly, you know what I'm saying? The same way I feel about that is how I feel about T'Challa not being recast in the MCU. You don't need to recast T'Challa. All you need to do is just take T'Challa's stories and give them to Black Panther. And now anyone who takes up that mantle as Black Panther can now follow in those storylines that T'Challa had. I know it's not the ideal outcome, but it's something that can happen, okay? And that's the same way that I feel about the Incredible Hulk. We've had rumors for at least 6 to 7 months now that we're supposed to see Hulk's son Scar get introduced into the MCU. Bro, all they have to do is make Scar our new World Breaker Hulk type of vibe, you know? Like Scar comes through set tripping because his dad's gone. That did happen in a run where Scar comes and he's set tripping because he wants his daddy. And then Hulk, the Thing, and like Wolverine, they all play football with him because they're all so big and brawly that no one can get hurt, you know? So I kind of feel like, yo, give us Scar. Have Scar come into the MCU. Give him World War Hulk. Let him fight Wolverine. Let's all that happen, but it's Scar's version of Hulk, not just the regular Incredible Hulk, right? Because I mean, this isn't the same because Hulk isn't really a mantle like everything else is a mantle. But it can be one. I mean, the Incredible Hulk, they can turn it into a mantle to where Bruce Banner is the Incredible Hulk, and then his son, Scar, comes, and now Scar takes up the mantle because Hulk is now Professor Hulk, or whatever you want to call him, because Hulk is now Bruce Banner, basically. Like that's what's happening now. Like Hulk isn't Hulk, Hulk is Bruce Banner. So, with that being said, it would be nice to see Scar come in and maybe he could be the new Hulk. Even give us Agents of Smash and give us all of those different type of Hulk characters and give some of them the different storylines. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but it's not a band-aid either, but it helps us get a little bit closer to what we want. Kiwi Strawberry, welcome to the chat, Kiwi. I hope you're having a good one today. Since I predicted the release date for Secret Wars, I'm predicting the time for Old Man Logan right now, summer 2039. All right, we're gonna have to remember this. I'll put it somewhere, and then how long will that be? Like in 12 years, 13 years, we'll come back and we'll see if you're right. Summer 2039 for Old Man Logan. Mary Sue, doesn't Kang have something to do with Apocalypse in ancient Egypt? Maybe something Kang does to rewrite the timeline poofs the X-Men into existence. That's a really good point, and I believe there is some type of connection. I think Apocalypse. Hold on, let's see. Kang the Conqueror and Apocalypse connection. Let's see. King the Conqueror teams up. Oh, that was last year. This is a comic book from last year, I think. Kang the Conqueror teams up with Apocalypse to change the future. A young variant of Kang the Conqueror is teaming up with the X-Men villain Apocalypse to change the course of his own destructive future. Ooh. Because Kang goes back in times and becomes a pharaoh. You know what? That would even be dope to see. Is that type of thing happening? Because I think I'm pretty sure Apocalypse has something to do with mutants as well. I'm sorry. I'm trying to check out. I know Kang goes back in time and he becomes a pharaoh. And we even saw that pharaoh look from in Moon Knight on the back of one of those kids' jackets that were fighting him when he was in Egypt. They had the pharaoh headdress, the pharaoh headdress. I think that's the correct terminology for it. And it was the green and purple like Kang's is usually. So I am hyped for that. And I believe that Kang Dynasty could possibly see Kang going back in time to create that very dynasty, and that could possibly introduce Apocalypse and other mutants by him doing that, So I'm not against any of that, to be completely honest, because it sounds real spicy. Pina Colada, that's what I've been saying. There's no way the snap ain't gonna help introduce the mutants. Yeah, bro. Bro, 4 snaps, 4 different gamma radiation exerts, explosions, whatever you want to call it. There's no way that doesn't have any type of ties or connections to what's going on right now or what's going to go on in the future. There's just no way. There's just no way. Ant-Man didn't get snapped. Nah, he did not get snapped. And I don't know if he was meant to get snapped or any of that. I just know he didn't get snapped, but everybody else got snapped. Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, and Wasp. I can't think of what her real name is, but Wasp. All of them got snapped. And so did Shuri, by the way. And real quick, I'm pretty sure that when we hear Angela Bassett in the Wakanda Forever trailer say that she lost her whole family, I'm pretty sure that's taking place during the snap type of thing, like when Shuri was gone still. Just my opinion. It's a different plane of existence. I don't think you can get dusted from there. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying too. Like, it is definitely completely, totally different plane of existence. Like Quantum Realm, where He Who Remains was, and the TVA, all of that type of stuff is outside of our actual 616 universe. So the things that apply in the universe doesn't apply to everyone else. When's D23? I believe D23 is in September of this year. September like 9th, 10th, and 11th or something like that. D23 is going to be amazing, and we're definitely covering it here on the channel the way that we did with San Diego Comic-Con. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video, and I appreciate all the love and support for all of you guys. My man said he'd been out here flexing for 4 months. Ooh, 4 months? Yo, for that, I'm gonna have to give you let's give you some Marvel bucks in the chat. Let me figure out how to do that too. Like, how do you give? Do I just like edit it? Demonic, if you can put exclamation point wallet in the chat. Exclamation point wallet. So we can see how much bread you have right now and see how much we can add to it. For you being an awesome bro Venger for all this time. Man, I guess I just gotta go in and give it to you manually, which is super weird. Wait, I don't even see you on here. Here you are. Why are you all the way down here? You should be at the top. You comment more than anybody. Okay, demonic. And let's see. Let's give you. It's taking a little second. I think mine says you're at 20 right now. So we'll give you 40 more points just because you've been here so long. Rounding you out at a smooth 60. Let's do that. So for your 4-month anniversary, do you have channel members? Oh, yeah, we have channel members. We have a couple channel members. You can become a member too if you would like, man. Join the Brovengers today. The way that it's set up now, it's a little different, but it will be. Man, why didn't it work for you? Hold on. Let's see. Commands. Nope. Modules. Nope. Loyalty. That's where that is. Name. Modules. Here we go. Default. Wallet. Where is exclamation point wallet? Yeah, everyone can use that. Let me see. Exclamation point wallet. Oh, that's not how you spell wallet. Interesting. Hey, yo, Pina Colada. Welcome to the Bro Vengers. I know it still says the Defenders, but we're going to have some changes to how that works coming soon. Yo, welcome to the Bro Vengers. Welcome to headquarters. Look around. Make yourself at home. You are now one of Earth's mightiest bros, yo. I appreciate you for all the love and the big vibes out here, yo. You're awesome. You're awesome. Everyone is awesome. So yeah, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. See, Streamlabs, you have 15 Marvel bucks. Okay, so why didn't it work for my boy? Ooh, look at it. I love seeing your name green, Pina Colada. That's all. There we go. You have 65 Marvel bucks. Demonic. There we go. There we go. And the way you'll be able to use these Marvel bucks is when you'll be able to gamble them in chat to get more. You'll also be able to, I think you can duel other people with with it as well. And you can do a lot of other dope stuff like that with your Marvel bucks. And then probably when we do our pop culture news updates on Sundays, we'll probably do raffles or giveaways or something like that. And then you'll be able to use um your Marvel bucks from chat to get into those giveaways to win like a shirt or some merchandise or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, much appreciation to all of you guys. And thanks for showing love and welcome to the Brovengers, my brother. All right. Let's get back on here. Okay. So everybody can check your wallet now if you've been in the chat for a minute to see how much money you got in there. And I think you can also do some other stuff too. Yeah, so you can duel. Oh, that's a lot. So you can gamble. So let's see. How many did it say I have? I have 15. So I can do exclamation point, gamble, and then I can do 15. And then I should be able to gamble that and either get snap, son. Welcome to the Bro Vengers, my guy. You are now one of Earth Mightiest Bros, Kiwi. I appreciate you. Welcome to the family. We are getting it live and popping out here. It is a lovely Super Fam Friday. It is going up. I appreciate all the love from you guys and the support. You guys rock socks. And we are definitely going to be pumping out a lot more content out here on the channel for all of you awesome people. Yeah, you guys rock socks, man. The green just fits, doesn't it, Kiwi? I love seeing your name in green too, yo. You are now one of Earth Mightiest Bros. Everyone, join the Brovengers today. So the way right now it's set up, I think there's the Defenders, there's the Brovengers, there's the Broluminati, and then there's the Heralds of Galactus. But we're gonna shorten that down, and there's only gonna be Brovengers, and then you're gonna have Brovengers Plus. So either one of those will be going down. Oh, look, did I win? I rolled a 37. Oh, I lost all of my Marvel bucks. I have no more Marvel bucks now. Dang, that sucks. All right, there we go. Everybody has the money. Everybody has the stuff. We're good. We're good to go. Let's get back into the chat now. My bad. My bad. Not a kerfuffle, but we had a little stuff going on, and I'm excited. Okay. Here we go. Hey, yo, Kiwi, you're wildin'. I can't wait for the babies from Hulk and She-Hulk. Nah, bro, that's not happening. Demonic says, make him not such a side B character and a wimpy Hulk. I need him kicking ass, not pretending to. So here's the thing when it comes to that, right? Here's the thing when it comes to that, bro. Hulk's character in the MCU has not just been angry all the time because they've given him character development. I think it sucks just because we never got to get that Hulk movie, but it's one of those X-Men type things where Universal Studios still had the rights and they weren't going to let a Hulk movie get made. And if they were going to let a Hulk movie get made, they were going to want all of the money from the Hulk movie and not really be able to make a better like decision or make a better deal or whatever the case may be. And that deal must have definitely changed somehow, some way, since we're getting the She-Hulk show and we're getting so much of it in there, right? So that's going to be insane. So I understand what you're saying, but for me, I like character development a little bit more than just having, the brute force psychopathic Hulk. I mean, and they could have did a downward spiral of Hulk to make him more of like that villain that he becomes in the end, but I don't think that's what they wanted for Hulk. And to be honest, that's not what I wanted from Hulk initially. I think we're going to a place where that could be very prevalent and that could get a lot doper, but we're not there just yet. My guy 4K, what's up with it? 4K, how you doing? I said gang. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Super Fam Friday, yo. We're out here being extra vibey. Don't gamble all your points away now. My man said, not even anything besides him pretending to smash a car and being a scientist and using the Infinity Gauntlet. I feel you. I feel you there for sure. My man Kiwi says, who should play Apocalypse in the MCU? Man, that's a good question because the first Apocalypse that we had was from Oscar Isaac, but Oscar Isaac is freaking Moon Knight now. So, okay, hear me out. This might be a little bit wild, but what's my guy's name? My man that played the original Hellboy, and he's also in Sons of Anarchy. Ron Perlman. I can see Ron Perlman or the other dude that played Hellboy, that's also in Stranger Things that I can't think of his name either. Yo, I don't know why I'm getting a complete blank on these names right now. David Harbour, Ron Perlman, one of them as Apocalypse. I don't know why that's in my head so hard, but I would just love that, yo. I just would love that. I don't know what about it is making me get so hyped even thinking about it, but thinking about it, I'm getting hyped and I want it. Demonic says, is Apocalypse just Marvel's dark side? He's a little bit more complicated than that. You know what time it is. Dun, 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 dun. Big Book of Marvel. Let's see if my man Apocalypse is in here. If Apocalypse isn't in here, I'm going to have to go buy me a new book today. Because I know this isn't the only one. Okay, my man Apocalypse is in here, and he's all scary and stuff. All right, so let's see what it is that we can learn about my man Apocalypse. Right, born nearly 5,000 years. Okay, so his real name is Ensaba Nur, and his occupation is a conqueror, which is freaking crazy. His first appearance was in Shadow X Factor number 5, and then he was fully shown in June of 1986 on X Factor number 6. Oh, so they showed him as a shadow, like they showed just his silhouette. Okay, I understand. I understand. His powers. He can alter the atomic structure of his body to change shape, can increase his size by absorbing additional mass. He possesses superhuman strength, stamina, and durability. Born nearly 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, Apocalypse is one of the earliest known mutant humans. En Sabanur, or the first one, he traveled the world for thousands of years, sometimes hibernating for many years at a time. He often instigated wars to test which nations were fittest, and he was worshipped as a god by ancient civilizations. He had a hand in creating not only Dracula, but also Mr. Sinister, and a wide number of people have served as his four horsemen: famine, war, pestilence, and death. Modern era. In the 20th century, Nur, now called Apocalypse, decided the emerging mutants were destined to supplant to supplant unfit ordinary humans. Oh, so to replace them. He battled the original X Factor and the X-Men, who were dedicated to peaceful coexistence between mutants and other humans. Apocalypse sometimes even recruited his foes to become his horsemen. Accordingly, both Angel and Wolverine have taken the role of death at different times. Apocalypse's greatest foe throughout time is Cable, whose birth was engineered by Mr. Sinister and proved such a powerful moment that it awakened Apocalypse from his hibernation. Determined to raise Cable as his own to keep him under the control, the Apocalypse of the 37th century, who had conquered North America, mistakenly captured Cable's clone, Strife, and raised him instead. This proved a poor strategy when Strife traveled to the 20th century to try to kill Apocalypse. Resurrection. Though he was extraordinarily long lived, Apocalypse's physical body eventually wore out. He survived by projecting his consciousness into hosts' bodies, including those of X-Man and Apocalypse. Oh, X-Man and Apocalypse. Cable destroyed Apocalypse's spirit after Jean Grey ripped it from Cyclops' body. That sounds dope. After M-Day, Apocalypse returned again, this time after a drop of his technovirus infected blood created a body for him. Whoa. He tried to rebuild his horsemen and force the remaining mutants to rejoin his cause. But the Celestials, who had loaned him much of his technology long ago, returned to collect payment for his debt in the form of his body. Oh my God, that sounds freaking epic right now. In the present day, Clan Akaba, a cult run by Apocalypse's many descendants, revived Apocalypse as a child. X-Force stopped them, and Phantom X killed the child while the other members of X-Force argued over what to do with him. Phantom X then secretly cloned him, raising him in a simulated environment to become a hero called Genesis, who could defeat Archangel. The child, now known as Evan Sebaner, isn't that the same name? Yeah, that is bro's name. Was then sent to study at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. He later joined the time-displaced X-Men and met the young version of Apocalypse, which, traveling back in time to ancient Egypt, met Hank McCoy. Jesus. After briefly turning into his evil adult self during the Axis event, he reverted to his younger self and went on the run with Deadpool. The X-Men were later caught up in a fight with a version of Apocalypse from the distant future. He was seemingly destroyed after Nightcrawler threw him into a vortex threatening to destroy Limbo. No matter how many times Apocalypse has been killed, though, he always seems to return stronger and more deadly than ever. Yo, so to me, this reminds me of yes, like you said, what's this called? Dark Side, but it's like Dark Side. Hold on. My bad. It's like Dark Side and Vandal Savage from DC mixed together in one person. And that's saucy. And I would love to see any of that live action, for real, for real. And I would love that Kang going back changes that somehow or something like that. I don't know how I would feel if they make Kang Apocalypse, though, because that's the first thing that I thought of in my head just now after I said what I said. It was like, okay, what if they make Kang Apocalypse? And it's like Kang went back in time to be Ramatut, but he also became the first mutant because he was back in time as Ramatut, so he becomes one and the same. So there's a version out there of Kang that's Apocalypse, but that's not Kang the Conqueror. You know, there's like Kang Apocalypse and then Apocalypse Kang and Kang the Conqueror or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Pina Colada said 4 snaps. I thought there was only 3. No, Kiwi answered that. Yeah. Thanos snapped half the universe away, snapped again to destroy the stones. Hulk snapped, Tony snapped. Yep. Hulk snapped to bring back all of the people. And so it's easy to forget that even happened. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but it's like his snap had the biggest effect and the littlest effect at the same time. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy that you just said the same thing, Kiwi. Yeah, that's fair. A lot of people don't count it, even though it brought everyone back. Yeah, and that's really wild to me. Once again, welcome to all the new members of the channel. You guys rock socks. My man West, what's up with it, West? Welcome to the chat. Is the Guardians holiday special canceled? No, it's not canceled. They just have not talked about it yet. Pretty sure that's going to be one of the things that's announced at D23, including the Werewolf by Night Halloween special that we're supposed to get in October. So the stuff that we're supposed to be getting in October, November, December, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see all of that happening still. Demonic says, welcome to the welcome Pina Colada to the Super Fam. Super Fam, anyone that subscribes to the channel, you guys are part of the Super Fam. But when you become a member, you become a Brovenger and join the Earth's Mightiest Bros. Plug House, what is up with it? Have you heard the rumor that Hayden Christensen will be playing Nova? Hayden Christensen. Why can't I think of the face? Bro, I don't know what's going on with my brain today. I can't see anyone's names and faces. Like, oh, my man, Anakin. Nah, he's too old. I'm sorry, he's too old. I don't think I have not heard that rumor, and I think he's too old to be Nova. I want a younger Nova. Just me personally. It's my bad. I can't forget I forgot my man Anakin's real name. That's because he's Anakin. Tom says he heard that too. Well, no, I have not heard that. I'll definitely check the rumor web right now to see if that's there somewhere. Mary Sue says, by the way, did you catch the Wheel of Time 2 teaser at San Diego Comic-Con? It was fire. No, I didn't see it. What? I did not see that. And you know what? I'll probably save that for when Battery comes back so we can check that out together. Possibly. Yeah, I think that'll probably be the strat to check that out together because I know how much you guys love all that good stuff. Pina Colada says, you're like one of the only 3 people I actively watch on YouTube. Bro, I appreciate you so much. I'm happy to be able to be one of those 3 people. Can't wait for Battery to get back so he can meet all of you new Super Fam and Bro Vengers. He's gonna be like, bro, you wasn't playing. You said you was gonna go hard when I was gone. I was like, yeah, bro, I did. And I have been going pretty hard, and I'm gonna keep trying to. I want to be able to go live like every day talking about the news, but I'm still trying to figure out what time would be better and all that type of stuff, you know? Demonic says, dang, that's hella lit. Yeah, for real. Yeah, my man Kiwi said that green fits. It really does. I see you guys gambling away. Don't lose all your money now. Damn. At least let it get higher before you start gambling. Demonic says, Kiwi Kirby, let's go. Welcome to the cool guy and gal club. That's right. Because even if you are a female, you can still be a bro. Just want that to be known. Team Samurai says, what up, Marvel Bros? How you doing, Samurai? I hope you're having a good one today. Love to see you back in the chat. Love to see all you guys back in the chat. Familiar faces, new faces. Love all you guys. Big vibes. Happy Super Fam Friday. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Boris Johnson should play Apocalypse. Who the hell is that? With a name like Boris Johnson, he must be a badass. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Is that who you're talking about? Bro, there's no way that you're talking about. Bro, there's no way you're talking about not the Prime Minister, fam. That's crazy. Wes said that the Guardians holiday special get canceled. No, I think I already answered that. X Factor. I don't know about the X Factor. I don't know. I don't think this one should be as long. That's what she said. Damn, X-Men got like 3 pages in this thing. Damn, there's hella X-Force, X-Men, X. Okay, X Factor. Jesus, man. That took a minute to get to. Let's see. Oh, my controller's in the way. Your boy been playing Multiverses. What? That game is awesome, yo. Thinking about doing some Super Fam, I don't know, like play with Super Fam or something like that. You know what I mean? To where we go live and maybe play a little bit of that game with you guys, because that game is rocking socks and it's free. So if you guys have it, let me know. And if you guys would be interested in doing like a Super Fam play stuff, that would be awesome. Let's talk about it. Okay, so X Factor. Notable members: Madrox, who creates duplicates of himself; Strong Guy, who transforms kinetic energy directed against himself into strength; Siren, whose vocal cords can create sonic blasts; M, who has super strength, durability, and flight; Richter, who currently is powerless but formerly could create seismic shifts in the earth. Damn. Butterfly, who instinctively understands casuality and creates a desired effect through a small action. I don't even know what the hell that means. And then Wolfsbane, who can transform into a wolf-like creature. And the first appearance of the X Factor was in June 2002. So they are a newer superhuman team, I guess you could say. A number of teams have used the name X Factor. The first was comprised of the original X-Men, who had left Professor X's team over the fact that he had installed their old foe Magneto as the team's new leader, where is basically where we left off with the X-Men in the animated show. And where we're going to be picking up with them as well. Posing as mutant hunters, Angel, Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Iceman set up shop in Manhattan. They pretended to bring mutants in to face justice, but instead trained them in the use of their powers and in how to blend into regular society. Their recruits include Artie Boom Boom, Rusty Collins, Leech, Richter, and Skids. Yeah, and I don't think I want to read all that other stuff. Yeah, I don't think I want to see all that. Okay, I'll read this first part. When in costume, X-Men pretended to be the outlaw X-Terminators. Jesus. Eventually, however, they gave up on this ruse, believing it to cause more harm than good. The original members opted to rejoin the X-Men rather than let the X Factor fade away. The U.S. government formed a new team using the name. Oh, okay. So X Factor is basically like the X-Men version of Thunderbolts and Dark Avengers and stuff like that. That makes sense. That makes a complete sense. I'm guessing that's the thing in the comics because the X Factor I know is a talent show competition, bruh. Bruh, that's definitely not what we're talking about. My man Louis, what up, Mr. Louis Berry? How you doing today? Welcome to the chat. My man says, hope we get a trailer soon. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the uh, trailers that we get from D23. That's just my thoughts. My man said, "Who's Nova? Don't do it." I could definitely let you know who Nova is if you want. Oh, my man said, "I miss Battery." Yeah, I miss Battery too. The banter is always awesome. Laughing my ass off. The Prime Minister stepped down. Like, bro, what's happening? Bojo is elite. He's a menace. Yo, you're wildin'. Rami Malek? Who is that? Yeah. Oh yeah. I could hella see Rami Malek being him. I don't know why I can see that, but I could super see that. He gives me that Oscar Isaac vibe a little bit, and I think that's probably why I'm like immediately able to put him in that casting, I guess, because that definitely seems super possible. Pina Colada says, "Nah, I see him more as Silver Surfer." I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. But I think I don't know who could be Silver Surfer, to be honest. I could see someone like bro that plays White Vision being Super Surfer. Uh Andre says, "Hi everyone, just got back from work and ready to rock with my Marvel Bros." Hey yo, what's up with the Andre? I hope you had an awesome day at work. How are you doing? Let me know how you feel about the X-Men not being in the MCU until Phase 7, because that's basically the main question of the day right now. Yeah. So, and then we're also talking about who could possibly play Apocalypse in the MCU. So, give me some of your suggestions and theories and stuff like that. And don't forget to like the video if you guys haven't already, because you know it helps out a lot around these parts. Pina Colada says, "Is Battery the other person apart from the first stream I watched with you, which was Hero Gasm? It's only been you." Yeah. If you watch a lot of the trailer reactions that we've done and any of the pop culture news updates, you'll see Battery in most of those. He's on vacation right now, and he also started working. So he works a lot. And before I wasn't going live like without Battery, but now I'm like, yo, I love what we do here at Marvel Bros, and you guys also love it. And I don't think you guys should miss out on content because of that. You know what I mean? And I don't think so. I've been doing the lives, and I'll be continuing to do lives if he can't make it, like, and stuff like that. So yeah, Battery is the other half of Marvel Bros for sure. We started Marvel Bros together. If you see it on the channel, you'll see him everywhere on there. You'll see Battery on the channel more when he gets back from his vacation as well, which is like next week sometime. I'm not sure exactly the exact date, but yeah. Shout out to Battery. Much love to you, and we miss you. Hope you're having a good time on your vacation, my brother. All right. So what was the pinned comment? Did you see the connection to? Oh, okay. So Demonic had asked earlier, did you see the connection with Madam Web and Spider-Man 2? And the answer is yes, I did, and it blew my mind a little bit. And I honestly forgot to put that on here, but we can check that out right now. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see where if I can find the pictures. Here we go. Set photos for Madam Web. My bad. I'm getting it. All right, here we go. Well, okay, let's do it like this, maybe. There we go. All right. So here is the thing right here, right? So in this, I don't even know what to call I forgot what these are called. Are they just called newspaper holders or newspaper dispensers? I don't know what the hell these are called, right? But in this, you can see that one of these say bravest hero. Oh, wrong one again. Boom. So, set pics from Madam Web adds more evidence that part of the film will be set in Earth 96283, the reality of Sam Raimi's trilogy. I don't think we have a direct uh universe for that yet. So I don't know. Take this with a grain of heart, the Earth 96283. But it says bravest pulls girl from fire, which is this scene. Oh, which is this scene from the movie where he pulled. This is from Spider-Man 2, I believe, when Peter Parker goes into the burning building and saves this little girl. Ross, no suit or nothing like that. He just goes in and saves her. Excuse me. Good God. And not only that, but also apparently a lot of other set photos and stuff like that have showed us that the set for Madam Web is a more 2000s centric vibe, not more where we are now, as you can see, with there actually being newspapers in this dispenser thing. Like, I don't think these things actually even do anything anymore nowadays. I might be wrong, but I haven't read a newspaper ever really in my life because I am younger than the age of 30. So I've never read a newspaper before, but I know that this is how newspapers were given out back in the good old days, right? And if you look at it, look, like, oh, my bad. I forgot I turned that off. Boom. If you look at it, can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. Okay, let's reset and let's open image in a new tab and go to that tab. All right. Look. See that? See this right here? Damn, I keep forgetting to do this. You see this? Oh, what the hell? Wait, what's happened? Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's OG Daily Bugle, baby. OG Daily Bugle. Okay? OG Daily Bugle from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. That's that logo. Don't believe me? Let's bring it up. Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi. Spider-Man. Daily Bugle. Sam Raimi. Spider-Man. Daily Bugle. Okay, open image, a new tab. Oh, wait. Come on. Reset. See that, right? See that, right? Look at that. It's the same logo. Same logo, baby. Same one. So Madam Web will have connective tissue to Spider-Man Raimi versus Spider-Man people. Okay. Which is freaking awesome. If I do say so myself, it's freaking awesome. I don't know what this means, but to me, what it means is that Madam Web is going to be our multiverse of madness for the live action Spider-Verse. Right? So we might see Madam Web go to this universe, maybe take place in Andrew Garfield's universe. I don't even know, what are the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies called? Is it just the Amazing Spider-Man? Is it just TASM? Is it Raimiverse and then TASM? The Raimi verse and then TASM, right? Okay, so we might see them go to Raimiverse, TASM, maybe even Venom, possibly, quote unquote, question mark. I don't know. Who knows? Who freaking knows? But I know that it's going to be solid no matter what it is that we get from this movie, because look at that. I mean, I think Madam Web has the potential to be one of the best Sony movies that we've gotten, even though Sony does not have the best track record when it comes to Spider-Man movies, which is really weird because a lot of these other dope ass things that we've been getting are Sony or Sony products, which is super wild. Like, I think The Boys is like Sony or something. Like, I'm pretty sure when you watch The Boys, it says like a Sony production on it. And it's like, what the hell? How come you guys can't make movies this good? Or at least Spider-Man movies this good? Like, it's not like Sony makes bad movies. It's just that they don't make good Spider-Man movies for some reason. I really don't understand it. So yeah, man, that's kind of all the news that we have when it comes to that. That's the newest news that we just we just got that today. Like, that just came out like not too long before I went live. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know exactly what we could be getting from that, but the movie is definitely set in the 2000s, right? So who knows, bro? Who freaking knows? All right. So if you guys don't have anything else pertaining to Madam Web or any questions or anything like that, we can move on to the next topic. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to see what the hell is going on. And just let me know. Oh, and Adam Scott was also seen on the set of Sony's Madam Web. I forgot about that. Any questions, any concerns around this? Let's see. Pina Colada said, all right, bro, I gotta go. Have a good day, night. All right, much love to you, Pina Colada. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm glad you joined the Bro Vengers today and became an amazing one of Earth's mightiest bros. You're awesome. I hope everybody is awesome and has a great day. Andre says, I'm cool with the main X-Men not coming until 2025, although they could start with introducing second characters like Gambit, Jubilee, Bishop, or Morph. I really agree with that, bro. And I really think Gambit would be like, I know there was rumors of a Gambit movie that we talked about here on the channel like 4 to 6 months ago, maybe 4 to 6 months ago. There was like talks of Gambit coming to the MCU in a movie. And we were all for it then, and we're still all for it now, you know? Like, I think that's one of the dopest things ever. Like, I don't know why, but I just think it's like one of the dopest things ever to have Gambit. Like, Gambit is one of like my favorite characters, not necessarily like not my favorite X-Men or like my favorite villain or anything like that. I like his character. I like his powers, like his abilities are really dope. And everything about those are just really cool. And like, I think Demonic even said it earlier, even though X-Men Origins Wolverine was a travesty, I did appreciate Gambit in that movie. And I remember first seeing that movie and it like blowing my mind as a young child, like, holy crap, they have Gambit in live action and this is super cool. And then growing up and being like, damn, this movie sucks, you know? So I think Gambit would be solid. Jubilee would be solid. Bishop, I think Bishop should definitely be introduced. A lot of the dopest X-Men have been done dirty. Like, a lot of the dopest side X-Men have been done dirty when it comes to like the live action. So I could see them going with like a Guardians of the Galaxy type of path and like taking one of these teams that aren't really as popular and making them more popular and kind of I don't want to say rushing them or excluding, I can't think of the word, but like ramping them up to success level, you know? I think that would be solid. Demonic Slayer says is OG Joe Jonah Jameson coming back. Yo, I think that would be awesome, and I couldn't see why they wouldn't have him come back. I mean, you don't have the Daily Bugle without Joe Jonah Jameson. There's a James Jonah Jameson. James Jonah. Who's Joe Jonah? Am I thinking of Joe Jonas? Why the hell am I thinking of Joe Jonas? It's my wife. She's a goddamn Jonas Brothers fan. Jonah James Jonah Jefferson, whatever that motherfucker's name is. I think it would be really dope to see him come back in full effect and kind of be that version of him. I like the new version that we got from Spider-Man Far From Home, making him kind of like what's his name? Alex Ross or Alex Smith or the info dudes or whatever you guys say. I think that would be solid. Team Grookey, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? I want to see the X-Men versus Ultron in the MCU. Ooh. I want to see the X-Men versus anybody, and I want to see Ultron versus anybody because Ultron is quite literally one of my favorite characters in the MCU and in the comics, and I wish we got more of them. Super tired of this one and done thing. Oh shit. Super tired of this one and done thing that we're doing within the MCU, and I really hope it stops when it comes to the villains because the villains have been so good and so awesome that we end up it's just lackluster a little bit when they just die immediately, you know? All right. And with all of that being said, let's get a move on to what is next. Holy crap. And that is regarding the Fantastic Four, right? And this is pertaining to how the Fantastic Four are going to be introduced in the MCU and what they're going to do and what they won't be doing, right? So when it comes to the Fantastic Four, what we know that Kevin Feige, I believe what he came out and said. Let me see if I can find this direct quote. Whoa. Whoa, excuse me. Damn. Man, some hiccups just kicking my ass all of a sudden. But basically, the Fantastic Four will be taking the same introduction that Spider-Man had into the MCU, with not being, uh, directly connected. Directly connected to the origin story. So we're not going to have the same old origin story that we've had for every other, Marvel show. I mean, for every other character, but in this one, it's going to be different. We're not going to go through the same old origins and whatnot. We're not going to go and see them get their powers. We're not going to do all of that extra stuff. We're just going to start off with an already established Fantastic Four team. How do you feel about that? That's what I want to know. How do you feel about that? Do you think that uh we should have a complete origin story for the Fantastic Four, or do you think the opposite? Do you think that we shouldn't have one? How you guys feeling? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll throw a poll out there. There it is. There we go. Poll is away. Do you think the Fantastic Four should get an origin story in the MCU or nah? And my thing is no. My answer is no. They shouldn't be. I do not think that the X-Men X-Men. What the hell? I read X-Men. I do not think that the Fantastic Four should have an introduction in the MCU, a regular introduction in the MCU, or an origin introduction, because I think Kevin Feige even said it. We know their origin story. You know what I'm saying? We know what happens. We know what they do. So let's just get them in there and hit the ground running in a way. You know, why start all over from the beginning? It just doesn't make sense. So there is an article by Hollywood Reporter. Let's check it out. It says we can listen to this article. Is that possible?
Grab the keys to a new fuel-efficient Toyota. Get low 1.9% APR on 2022 RAV.
Let's check out this article real quick.
With next phases set, Marvel hones in on directors. After setting the stage at Comic-Con, the studio is lining up Helmer's and years' worth of storylines that will conclude with a familiar 1-2 punch of Avengers movies. Marvel Studios may have once again whipped the fans at Comic-Con's Hall H into a mind-melting fervor by laying out a timeline of movies
Definitely
and shows until
mind-melting.
the close of 2025, but there was no time for a victory lap or even a breather. Multiverse sagas don't build themselves, you know? So the day after Comic-Con wrapped, Marvel head Kevin Feige was bound for the sets of projects currently shooting, including Season 2 of multi-Emmy-nominated series Loki and additional photography on the Marvels, both due out in summer 2023. The company, which is in prep to begin shooting Blade in Atlanta in October and will release Black Panther, Wakanda Forever in November, is now setting up the generals to implement the plans across its giant chessboard. Destin Daniel Cretton, who helmed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings for the studio, has been enlisted to helm Avengers. The Kang Dynasty, one of 2 Avengers movies that will help close out Phase 6 in 2025. Marvel also confirmed that Bassam Tariq is directing Blade, scheduled for a November 3, 2023, release. Julius Ona is set for Captain America: New World Order, which will star Anthony Mackie as Captain America and open May 3rd,
Damn, I don't think I knew that part.
And Jake Schreier, Paper Towns, is directing villain team-up Thunderbolts, which will close out Phase 5 with a July 26, 2024, release. The studio is actively hunting for a filmmaker for Fantastic Four, which in April lost Spider-Man Helmer John Watts and kicks off Phase 6 on November 8, 2024.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad we lost John Watts from that, not gonna lie.
Over at Fox, Fantastic Four previously had a pair of Chris Evans starring films in the aughts, as well as a disastrous box office miss in 2015 from director Josh Trank. Feige compared Marvel's new take on the heroes to its pact with Sony to bring Spider-Man into the MCU, noting this will not be another origin story. A lot of people know this origin story. A lot of people know the basics. How do we take that and bring something that they've never seen before, said Feige, who added that given the super team launched the Marvel Comics universe back in 1961, we've set a very high bar for ourselves with bringing that to the screen.
Nice.
Marvel is generally tight-lipped when it comes to revealing its upcoming plans, but disclosed more than any fan could have imagined at the Hall H presentation. Perhaps
I didn't know we had directors for all these movies already, though.
Even as its movies have raked in the big bucks, the latest, Thor,
Remy says it does look like
Love and Thunder, crossed the $600 million mark in about 2.5 weeks. Audiences have been wondering, nay, demanding to know what the overarching goal was for the phase of movies the company was releasing post-Avengers Endgame, the 2019 epic that climaxed Phase 3 while setting box office records, including, for a time, being the highest-grossing film of all time at $2.79 billion. It's about resetting the MCU and meeting all these new characters, said Feige in Hall H regarding what the aim of the movies
resetting the MCU is crazy.
One film not discussed during the Hall H panel.
All right, so from that, Feige said, compared to all the other stuff, everybody know who Fantastic Four are. It's very rare that you meet someone who does not know about the Fantastic Four, and at very least doesn't know that one is stretchy, one's on fire, one's invisible, and one's a rock. Like, that's base level knowledge for Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like, like normies, that's what normies know. is that. The Fantastic Four are that, They're not necessarily mutants, but they might be in the MCU. And I'm not against that, to be completely honest. I know some people would be against it completely, but I'm not against anyone being a mutant in the MCU. I'm against them being X-Men, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, every mutant can't be an X-Men. That's basically the gist of it. Every mutant cannot be an X-Men because I think that causes a lot of issues, man. I just feel like that'll cause a lot more issues within the fandom, within everybody. Everybody's going to feel some type of way about that. We're not going to be too happy about it, right? Like people were already tripping enough with Kamala Khan becoming a mutant, even though she was supposed to initially be a mutant in like when she was first created, So just imagine how people will feel if they make the first family mutants. Like they'll go be in a freaking uproar. Like they'll be like, they're not mutants. They're not. No. And it's like, okay, that's okay. It's all right. Calm down, you guys. Let's relax. But I'm juiced, man. I'm juiced. I don't want them to have a normal one before. Like Feige said, how do we take that and bring something that they've never seen before? And that's exactly what they did with Spider-Man in Civil War. Having him being introduced like that was saucy, bro. It was awesome being introduced to him as about to like Tony Stark's been watching him the whole time and knows about him, and now he's recruiting him to come and fight Captain America's team. Like, bro, what? That's insane. So if we get anything remotely close to it being like some type of sign, like, okay, man, I don't know if you guys heard these rumors. I think they've been since debunked, but I believe the rumor was that Disney, Marvel, and Feige were looking to have Steven Spielberg, I believe, come and direct the Fantastic Four movie. And since, like I said, I believe that's been debunked, but if that's the level of director that they're going for this movie, I have no doubt that it's going to be crazy incredible. Like, it's going to be crazy incredible. This movie will definitely change the game. And I think, one, they can't go with younger actors like that, really. But two, they can't go with older actors. They got to find that sweet spot, like 25 to 30 in that range, because you don't bring in the first family for only a trilogy. Nah, no. You bring in the first family, and they're going to be in a lot of movies. Like, Reed Richards shouldn't just be in Fantastic Four movies. My guy needs to be like the new Iron Man of the MCU and be everywhere. Like how I feel like Captain America should be everywhere. Like Sam Wilson's Captain America should be everywhere in the MCU right now. My personal opinion. I think that's worse than not having anyone talk about my man Tiamat sticking out of the freaking world. Like, not having anyone talk about Sam Wilson Captain America or have it show up anywhere is crazy to me. Like in Miss Marvel, bro, there's no way that at their Comic-Con they're not gonna have Captain America's big ass wings and his shield. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that really happening. Like the Avenger Con, that's what it was called. I just don't see something like that going down that way. I see them really spreading it throughout the whole MCU. Like Captain America, my man, you can fly, bro. You should be able to fly everywhere, pull up. Like, why are the Avengers allowing these weird things to happen to all superhuman people? Do they know about it? I mean, if the drones are freaking out in the middle of the street and Miss Marvel doing this shit, like, bro, how is no one concerned? I don't understand. We need answers, Sway. Andre says, I believe the Fantastic Four should be introduced in their own movie. We don't need an origin story. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I just think that they should have their own origin story. I think they should not have an origin story, and they should have their own movie. You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't be introduced like how Spider-Man was introduced in Civil War necessarily, but they should be like introduced in a different way. Like in their movie, once we should just have it established from the jump. Like, oh man, It's like, yo, they're breaking out of the quantum realm or some shit like that. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Andre says, however, for the general audience, the movie should start off with a montage during the opening credits, like they did for the Incredible Hulk movie. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that because I liked that. I liked it. I wasn't against it. It was like, okay, catching us up to what's going on. I dig it. I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know how else they could handle that though. I really think though that they should be introduced in Ant-Man Quantumania. I think the Fantastic Four should be introduced in that movie somehow, some way, or someone from the Fantastic Four should be introduced in that movie or something. You know, we've already heard about the Baxter Foundation in the MCU via Doctor Strange's ex-girlfriend or multiversal girlfriend. I don't know what the hell to call it. From Multiverse of Madness. We know that she worked for the Baxter Foundation, and everyone's idea right now is that the Baxter Foundation will be the new building that's in the MCU right now. You know, that no one is really talking about. And it's like, on one hand, it doesn't make sense, but on the other hand, it's like, why would everyone be talking about everything that's going on? Like, everybody has their own lives. Like Liberty, the Statue of Liberty getting Cap's shield, that was wild for one. And I feel like that should have been somewhere in Hawkeye. You know what I mean? Like, they should have at least talked about it. It's at the same time. I don't know. We got to see how they handle it from here on out, because it's definitely been a weird place that we've been in so far. And Feige even said, we've set a very high bar for ourselves with bringing that to the screen. Bro, and what I would like is if it's like wherever they've been, they weren't able to age. You know? Like, give me a Fantastic Four that's like Captain America, to where they're out of place and they got to kind of understand. They got to just be reintroduced to everything, you know? Like, Reed Richards in the 60s, smartest man alive, right? Reed Richards modern day, if he's from the 60s and hasn't been able to experience all the stuff that's been going on for the last 50 years, 50 what is that, 50, 60 years? Yo, he's still the smartest man alive, but he's going to have to learn a few things, understand a few more things, and I would be okay with all of it. I know there's also rumors that we're supposed to be seeing The Thing. Why am I yelling so much? That we're also supposed to see The Thing in She-Hulk, which would be crazy. It would be awesome. I would really like that. I don't know how I feel about it. Because with little things like that, it just opens so many more doors, right? It introduced us to a whole new side of what we're getting into, what we're experiencing, and what we're going to see. So I don't know how you guys feel about all that stuff, but definitely let me know, how would you want the Fantastic Four introduced into the MCU in the comments below. Let's spark up a conversation. Let's talk about it. And while you guys are adding all of your thoughts and whatnot, we can move right along to the next thing on the docket, which is BATFLECK. Okay. My man BATFLECK, yo. Let's see. All right. So let's see. Can we find? Let's see. I'm gonna try to find the Twitter, the actual video. Oh Lord, Ezra Miller is freaking trending right now. Oh my God, why? What has he done? Oh, I don't think it has anything to do with Ezra Miller. Okay. Okay, I just had to see what was going on real quick. I see my man's name and I was like, oh, he done kidnapped somebody else. Damn. Okay. What are we talking about? Okay, let's go. What? BATFLECK? Oh, what is it? What was my guy's name? Jason Momoa? Was it on his stuff? Here we go. All right. So this is freaking crazy, you guys. Like, this is insane to me. It was supposed to be a secret, right? Of course, yeah. So we are going to move into some DC news because this just came out today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or yesterday. Jason Momoa and Ben Affleck were seen on the set of Aquaman 2. Yeah. Yep. And that's kind of crazy. Like, that is insane. Like, bro, excuse me? And here it is. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, ladies and gents, gentlemen and ladies.
Well, it's not a fucking secret anymore, is it? Sorry, children. That's what happens, Warner Brothers. When you walk out of your set, and there's our fans. Hey, guys, have a good time.
Bruh.
Jameson. Well, we tried to keep it a secret. All right.
Initials.
Here we go. Thank you. Oh. Sorry, bro.
Who's that? Is that Ben Affleck? Is that Batfleck? The Bat is back in Fleck. Come on. What? Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. And apparently, wait, let's get back to it. Where'd it go? Damn, did I lose it again? Okay. Oh, let's change this to this. See? Look at that. Look at how happy they look. Don't they look so happy? Jason Momoa and Batfleck reunite at WB Studios. Do you know why? Because Ben Affleck is replacing Michael Keaton's cameo in Aquaman 2. These are the reports that are going on right now. Just got word from source. This is what Grace says. Just got word from source. Ben Affleck is indeed only being added to replace Keaton because of the change of release dates, as many have correctly guessed. Not indicative of any changes. Aquaman 2, hashtag the Flash. So initially we were supposed to be getting the Flash, then Batwoman, and then, or Batgirl. I think it was Batgirl. The Flash, Batgirl, and then we were supposed to get Aquaman 2. But because they had to resituate their slate because my man Ezra is trying to get himself canceled and is somehow still not canceled, and they had to move things around. And I guess when they did the audience pre-screenings everyone was freaking confused as to why Michael Keaton's Batman was there. It didn't make sense because the stuff that happens with the Flash and the timeline and all that shit hasn't happened yet for us to know that Michael Keaton is taking that place. So now this is what we know now. Batfleck is returning for Aquaman, supposedly. So, yeah, that's that, man. And I don't even know how to feel about that, to be completely honest, because the DCEU entirely is basically in shambles right now, just barely hanging on by a freaking thread. Just, oh, save me, save me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen next, man, when it comes to the DCEU, because I'm not a fan of what has happened so far, just because, it's kind of everywhere all the time at once. And it's like, bruh, can we not do this? It's one of those, can we not do this, please? Can we not have the DCEU everywhere at the same time? Can we somehow get some type of I was trying to say connectivity or connective tissue and continuity at the same time. Can we get some type of continuity there, And hopefully, with all of the new movings around when it comes to DC right now, hopefully we get that. I truly hope we do. I'm excited for it. I don't think it's a bad thing either. And I don't think that we're headed towards a bad place. I really, truly believe that Black Adam is going to be the softest of reboots for the DCEU as well. Just because Shazam, Black Adam, those are both created by The Rock's production company, if I'm not mistaken, or he has like high stakes in it, basically. And basically for the last 10 to 20 years, my man Black Adam, my man Dwayne Johnson has been preparing to become Black Adam. He wanted to do it. I think they wanted him to do it earlier in his career, but he was like, bro, I'm not seasoned enough. I don't have enough cheese yet, I'm not moldy enough, My cheese is still young. It's not fermented, And now my guy's at a perfect spot. He's old though. But I think that Black Adam introducing Justice Society, introducing a lot of these other things does wonders for the DCEU if it is in fact set in the DCU. But guess what? Some of the biggest things that are going to freaking hurt this movie and Shazam. Not having Superman, not having Superman, not having Superman, not having Superman, and not having Superman. Okay? Those things are going to hurt this movie so much. Not to mention, Shazam isn't in Black Adam, and Black Adam isn't in Shazam, not even in post-credit scenes from reports that we've heard. And that's like the exact opposite of what everybody wants. Like, it is in fact time to get even closer, to get more connectivity, more connective tissue, and get all of those great things here for us in our face, right? Like, let's look at this. This is the shared universe release dates. Black Adam, October 21st, and Shazam in December. These movies are have a month in between them. We definitely should be seeing one of these people in one of those other movies. Aquaman 2, and then The Flash. Man, I don't know. But I'll just say we need more. We need more connective tissue with DC. We need more continuity somehow. And with all of the bagging that people have been doing on with Marvel, just because they didn't understand what was going on, DC really doesn't know what's going on. But now that things are getting a lot more structured at WB with new people getting signed on to the fray and all of these things are happening with Discovery and all these creative directors and whatnot. Yo, we're in a good place to where the DCEU could definitely take a change for the better and start heading in a more cohesive direction to get us fans being able to be on board with what's actually happening. I mean, check out the animated stuff, yo. The animated show, the animated movies that DC has that connects the stuff, that has the connective tissue in it, the DC animated universe where Superman and Wonder Woman have a relationship, and then all of that other stuff happens. You know what I mean? And then we go into Apocalypse War and all this different shit, right? Why are the animated movies that connect together better than the live action, bro? DC's animated stuff, and I am a high believer and a high preacher of this. DC animated universe, sign me up. DCAU is GOAT. DCAU is amazing. I love it. It's such a great time. The action, the blood, the realism. Give it to me, baby. I love it. Demonic says, yo, bro, how you feeling about Batfleck coming back? Andre says, hopefully with Alan Horn announced to oversee the movie side of WB, only answering to David Zaslav, we might get that connective tissue. Exactly. And we're going to talk about like that more on our pop culture news update on Sunday. We're going to talk more about about Alan Horn and Feige and all that type of stuff that's going on, because there's a lot of behind the scenes business stuff that's happening as well. And these lives are more for the theories and all that stuff like that, right? But yes, Alan Horn is going to change the game for DC. Like he changed the game for the MCU, right? I'm pretty sure that was Alan Horn that changed the game for the MCU. I'm pretty sure it's even Alan Horn that brought on Big Daddy Feige onto the MCU, right? Yeah. And I mean, if we see more things like this with ex-Disney executives going to WB because they want that fresh start or they want to be able to have their own thing as their name. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's trying to be the next Kevin Feige right now. But I feel like all these companies are worried about who that could actually be. But I feel like Alan Horn, who is a GOAT, I feel like Alan Horn will definitely be able to bring that spicy chicken Szechuan into the MCU that we need. I mean, to the DCEU that we need. I mean, even it called the DCEU is a freaking stupid name, right? Like, I don't know if they're going to call it the DC multiverse or whatever, but the DC extended universe is just not the strat, because, I mean, I know it's because of all of the extra that comes with that, right? I know it's because of everything else, but it's like, bro, come on. Like, well, you know what we want. Give it to us. Mike Davis says, I don't understand why they are keeping Shazam and Black Adam apart. Even at Comic-Con, they didn't even act like they are connected, but they should be, especially those two. Yeah, man, it's like having General Zod and Superman movies, and neither of them are in either one, or even know about either one, or talk about either one, or like nothing. Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't know, man. And not having Henry Cavill, bro, that's really hurting the DCEU right now. And that's because they want my man Superman to be freaking Nick Fury in the MCU. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why? They want him in everything. They just want him popping up and shit. Like, bro. You know who's Nick Fury in the DC universe? Amanda freaking Waller, bro. Like, just put her in everything. That's all you have to do. Put Amanda Waller in everything, and that's how we know it's connected. That's all you need to do. Amanda Waller talking to somebody, her watching a TV coming in on a post-credit scene or something like that. That's it. There's no way that we've gone through 4 phases now of Marvel and we still haven't seen a Superman 2 movie. Excuse me? Like, they gave us the full-blown Justice League before before Superman 2? What? Before anybody got a 2? Like, they just straight went to Justice League? Like, why is Wonder Woman... Let me not start ranting, because Wonder Woman 84 is the worst movie I've ever seen almost in my entire existence of life. Almost. It's really close. Really, really close. Really, 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 really close. I don't even know what the worst. It's the Fantastic Four movie, the last Fantastic, the most recent one that we had. Woo, that thing is sweaty cheeks, baby. That thing is sweaty cheeks on a hot summer afternoon. Okay. My man Gavin says, I wish X-Men would come in phase 6. Yeah, I think we might. If anything, I think phase 6, we might see one of those mutant movies, like a movie that's about a mutant. And it's blatantly about a mutant. Because I know right now all we have in phase 6 is Fantastic Four and then the 2 Avengers movies. And if I'm not mistaken, we had 4 movies with Infinity War and Endgame, right? Because we had Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, were those the only 2 movies that we got? I think those were the only 2 movies that we got that led up into what was going on there. Yeah, I think that was it. So we need another movie. And that movie could very well be X-Men. It'll be super weird. Super weird to have Disney Plus shows going on at the same time of Secret Wars. I'm not gonna lie. Like having different stuff happen at the same time of Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty, and have Disney Plus shows that have nothing to do with that. That would be super freaking weird. So we definitely need to have some type of connective tissue or something happen to where it makes sense and it goes together. Mike Davis says it's because Marvel is ran by comic book fans and DC is ran by businessmen. Big bloody facts. With Marvel, you'll have people coming through saying, how do we adapt Infinity Gauntlet into live action? And then DC is just like, let's make a movie with superheroes in it. Let's just do that. Or let's make movies that have no correlation to how these actual characters would act in real life. Well, not real life, but in the comics, Let's just give it to Snyder, who, even though his movies are great, are not even close to what any of those characters would really be. Sorry. Not a fan. Not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan. Remy said, don't start talking about Thor. Yeah, I wasn't about to start capping on Thor. Thor is ass cheeks, but the Fantastic Four movie is definitely worse than that. You know what? I don't know. I might have to go back and watch it because, Thor might be worse than those movies, to be honest. Gavin says, do you think X-Men should have an origin story? Hell yeah. The X-Men are the only ones that actually need a damn origin story, bro. We don't even know how the mutants have, get introduced into the 616 MCU continuity, yo. So I don't know if we need seeing everybody become the mutants or anything like that. I don't think we need anything like that. But we do need to see how mutants got established. And then we need to, man, I guess we don't really need an origin story for X-Men. But we do, though, because we need to know why the hell they haven't been in the MCU the whole time. We need to know where that, and I feel like all of that comes with the origin story. And I don't think X-Men, other than Days of Future Past, which is the most recent one, there's not like a origin story for them. But knowing that they did just do that origin story with Days of Future Past, I would not be surprised if they do change it up. No one would be surprised at all. I think the mutant stuff will be announced at D23. Oh, nah. It's already come out. We're not getting any we're not getting, well, I mean, mutant, if you're just saying like mutant related stuff, then possibly, but nothing X-Men mutant related until 2025. Like, that's confirmed. My man also says a lot of empty slots on the slates they showed at Comic-Con. Yeah, but that's for like Daredevil, Shang-Chi 2, I don't know why those are the only things I can think of right now, but I know it's more than that. Damn, my brain is fried. Hold on. I'm just trying to find those other movies that we have coming. Wonder Man. We have the Wonder Man series coming as well. Shang-Chi 2, like I said. Damn, where's the other stuff? Okay. Deadpool 3, Shang-Chi 2, Nova, Spider-Man 4, Wonder Man, the Wakanda series, the Okoye series, Werewolf by Night. And I think that's it. I think there might be more ones, but I think there's stuff other than those two. So, bro, those like just those is like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 properties I just said right now. Not to mention the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that we're supposed to be getting. You know what I mean? And then especially with whatever else is going on there. Aw, snap. Hashtag make the Batfleck movie is trending. Make the Batfleck movie is freaking trending. And that Batfleck movie was supposed to be crazy. Freaking Deathstroke versus Batman was about to be insane. Taron Egerton as Wolverine. Maybe. I don't know. He's definitely short enough. But I don't know. Yeah, bro, I have no idea what's going to be going on. Taron Egerton as Wolverine, though, is a possibility. Demonic says, okay, I'm actually back. Came back from the hospital. What? Bro, hit the Discord. Let us know what's going on with you. I don't know if you want to put it out there on YouTube like that for being at the hospital, but definitely jump into the Cord and we can talk more about how you're doing there, bro. I hope everything is all good with you and your fam and everything, brother. All right. Well, I am super here for all of these crazy announcements that we have talked about today. One man said my grandmother is sick. I helped her come home. Oh, okay. Well, I wish best wishes to your grandmother and to you. I hope everything is doing all right. I hope, for a speedy recovery. And man, just let us know if we can support you any type of way here. Let us know what we can do. But with all that being said, my man said, what are we voting on? Do you think the Fantastic Four should get an origin story in the MCU? That's basically the only thing that was getting voted on right now. You guys all rock socks. And I wish there was a way to give everybody that was in here some Marvel bucks, but I don't know how to do that without giving everyone Marvel bucks. So oh, I guess I could give. Okay. I'll figure it out for the next stream for sure. So you guys make sure you tune in on Sunday. We won't have any. I don't think we'll have anything to raffle or anything like that yet, because if we do, it'll be a certain amount of points a certain amount of Marvel bucks that you got to have. And we just started the Marvel bucks. So we'll just probably for the next month, we'll just kind of let you guys all accumulate your Marvel bucks, gamble with them, do all that type of stuff. And then at the end of the month, then we'll probably have our first Marvel Bros giveaway on the channel using those Marvel bucks. And then we still have our giveaway that we're doing regularly for all of the Super Family members. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and vibing with me today. You guys are awesome. You guys rock socks. We've talked about a multitude of things today. Make sure you join the Discord if you have not already, because the Discord is where we talk about a lot of these things as well. And if you have any other things that you would like to discuss or talk about, you can also join the Discord and drop them in the Q&A section to where we can, get a little bit spicier, and then we'll have a Q&A stream. Probably try to do that like once a week or something like that, just so you guys are able to get all your questions about Marvel and whatnot out there. So make sure you jump into the Cord for all of those vibrational things. My man Demonic says, we ending? Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been live for 2 hours, and then me, my wife, and son are going to see DC Super Pets today as well. And then possibly doing not the trailer reaction, but the review for that after the movie today as well. So all of that will be going on. You guys are awesome. Hope to see you back for the DC Super Pets if I do review that today, because I don't know. I might not, but I might. But we'll see. And I'll let you guys know via Discord as well. I appreciate all you guys. And thanks to all the new members. You guys are awesome. All the new Brovengers out here in the streets. You guys definitely rock socks, and you definitely make it worth it. So when you become a member of the channel, you have access to member-only badges, channel emojis, and other special perks like our Brovengers Assemble streams, where we go live for only our Brovengers and our Brovengers only. So yeah, we will see you guys there for that. Thinking about doing watch parties for our Brovengers as well, to where we all get to just watch some stuff and just vibe out. I think that would be really, really awesome and really cool. So I hope to see all of you guys next time on the channel. Yep, you have to I think you have to put how much you want to gamble, Demonic. I'm not sure though. But thank you guys for tuning in with me on an awesome episode of Marvel Bros, and I hope to see you on the next one. Excelsior.
To support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the super fan.
Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties.
We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.